that brings back some feelings. It's been a minute since we did this, Mick.
What's up, dude?
It's been a minute since we've done this.
Yeah, I know. But look
I
what I got
haven't done
here.
a cigar cast in like 18 months. I haven't felt it. I haven't felt like it. I starting to feel a little bit. And this is kind of weird because like now the shoe's on the other foot. Like usually like I'm on your shows, but like tonight you're on like mine, you know. You need a better cigar shop down there in Fairhope.
I don't really. I mean, no offense. I just don't even go to those.
Yeah. That's tough.
I mean, they're. I don't think they're bad or anything. I just haven't really gone to them. So, but this is my last cigar right here.
Jeez.
I know.
Too
Then
bad
I
you're not
smoked the
coming to
other one.
the mansion this weekend.
I know, man. I'm going straight to the game. I'm driving up there tomorrow, so
Oof.
I'm gonna stop in Birmingham and jump on a show with the guys at the next round, and then a couple other things, and then keep on going, man.
That is so fun. We got baseball on tonight. The Braves
Yeah,
finally playing.
yeah,
Is
they
that
are. You know what?
did the Braves finally did they finally have first pitch yet? Do you know? I don't even know what is going on. Let's see. What are we doing here? We got the Braves. It's a busy weekend. Who you like in the playoffs?
I like the Yankees. I
Yeah.
like the Astros. I like the Dodgers, and I like the Braves. I don't. I mean, all the favorites. Some of them are going to lose,
Yeah.
but that's just kind of who I envision. I mean, I would love to see the Yankees in the World Series, even though I'm not a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd like to see the Braves and Dodgers again.
I would like to see the Mariners, the Dads, uh, the Mariners and Dads. I think would be the two teams I'd like to see the most. I got this. I don't know if you've been here since I got this, but my pal Phil Wellman manages the Double A team for the Padres. He got me this autographed Fernando Tatis Jr. Two Reagan bat.
Oh, that's sweet.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a place in the mansion to hang it up. It's gonna go above my Gary Sheffield above my Gary Sheffield bat.
Did Gary Sheffield hook you up with a bat because of his cigar line?
Yeah, back in like 2012, I think it was either 2012 or early 2013. Gary Sheffield actually came to the mansion.
Really?
Yeah, we did a whole event with him. It's like if you bought like two boxes of his cigars, which weren't very good, but if you bought, but hey,
They weren't good, huh?
they weren't great. But if you bought, and they were expensive. So if you spent like $500, he actually signed like a baseball and a bat for you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to meet him and take pictures with him. So, if you're a big baseball guy, $500 to meet and greet Gary Sheffield, not, I mean, probably should be a Hall of Famer, right?
I mean, close. I'm guessing, right? I don't
I
know.
mean,
I haven't really
500
paid
home run.
attention to. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know he hit 500 home runs.
you're in the 500 home run club. You should be in the Hall of Fame. You know who's
Is he?
not going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Who's that?
Joey Votto.
You hate Joey.
I hate him so much.
Well, let
Are
me
you
ask you this.
able to get this lighter to work?
No, I'm trying to get this thing open. It's been in my. This is my last cigar
Yeah,
that
it's
was in my
Maker's,
humidor. What's that?
Maker's Mark.
Yeah, I had to get this from you guys, right?
Probably. I mean, I haven't sold them in a minute, so
It's been in there for a while.
yeah. Well, then you probably did.
Yeah, like back in the day. I like Rocky Patel's. You know that I'm a Rocky Patel guy. I like the
I'm
uh,
smoking a Rocky Patel right now.
what do you got?
I'm actually smoking
Ah,
the
yeah.
Decade.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, got Marshall football on right now.
Hey, go Herd.
Go
That's
Herd.
my guy, the head coach of Marshall football. Good friend of mine, Charles Huff.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Huff, amazing guy, Huff. When he when he went to Marshall, what was it? I was looking for a car, right? So I was like, you know what? It's like I need to find Leslie this band she wanted, right? Uh, so I called up Huff, and Huff actually put me in touch with like a dealer, with a car dealer in Hunting or in not Hunting. Yeah, they're in Huntington. Yeah.
Yeah, Huntington.
He put me in touch with a car dealer in Huntington, West Virginia that actually they sold us the car, and they brought it on a truck all the way down from Huntington, West Virginia to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and then hauled off my wife's car uh, and delivered this awesome minivan for Leslie and Raina.
So
And
Leslie's a minivan
yeah,
mom now.
yeah, dude,
Okay.
I'm a minivan dad.
There
Okay,
you go.
like I'm not ashamed of the minivan. All right, like this thing is awesome. The back seats actually recline. Okay,
Really?
yeah, like you're in a recliner in the back seats. Okay. So like if we go on a long road trip, which we haven't had the chance to do yet because Raina is, only 4 months old, right? So
Right.
if we go on a long road trip, then like I'm gonna sit in the back seat with Raina and I'm going to crash. Like we went to Hoover the other night and 45-minute drive, but I got in the back seat and I literally took a nap the whole way up. So
You let Leslie drive, huh?
minivans, people can knock them, but like this minivan, it's
Not
amazing.
don't knock it till you try it. Is
No,
what you're saying.
literally, don't knock it till you try it. I mean, it's awesome because of how just how incredible it is. Like I mean, dude, we use it for the fraternity parties. We use it for the
Oh, it's a tax write-off.
okay. No, we use it for yeah, we use it for everything.
Yeah,
So
you
it
get to depreciate that.
yeah, no, it's great. I mean, we use it for so much stuff. I mean, like currently I think there's like 40 cases of beer in there. Uh
Nice.
yeah, that I think well, not anymore. We sold a lot of that, but like we had like 40 cases of beer in there.
What's the best-selling beer that you guys have?
That's tough. Not Yingling.
You knew that's what I wanted to hear, though.
Yeah, I know. And I love Cheryl. But I mean, we sell a lot of the Yingling. We're like we were, like you remember when the Hershey Porter first came out?
I know you were the place to get it.
We were the only place in Tuscaloosa that had it.
I know.
And we're
That's such a good beer.
one of the only places that still has it on draft.
Mm,
Yeah,
really?
we have it on draft right now.
Cheryl said when I in town last week, she was talking about her and Moet bringing the beer show back and doing all 7 Yingling products
they
with
should
her. Think
they
about
should do
that,
it at
like
the
hearing
mansion.
the inside story of all the
Yeah,
Yingling products.
yeah, they should do it at the mansion.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would love that.
Yeah,
Well, we're gonna do. Didn't you say what you wanted to do uh, the other beer that you gave me on Saturday? So
yeah.
good,
The back
Elijah Craig.
no, that's our Black Warrior in Yellowstone barrels.
Oh, that was in Yellowstone.
Yeah, we haven't done
Oh wow.
anything with the no, because I'm thinking about like so when we finally give them the Elijah Craig barrel, I think we're gonna put like a chocolate coffee porter in there or something like that,
Oh wow.
and do or like a coffee, an espresso stout, coffee stout, something like that. Uh,
How
to
does that work though? Do they? Do you guys have to work through them, or you just own the barrel and you can just brew in there if you want to?
No, no, we can't do that. No. Yeah. So basically, they come pick up the barrel, and then they put whatever beer they want to put in there. Uh, and then it ages. I think this one aged for like 6 months in the
Hmm.
barrel. So it was really cool to see. Um, but apparently it's really damn good.
Well,
Everybody that's
look,
had it's loved it.
yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I'd love to do a beer review with Joe and those guys.
Yeah.
Hey, so talking about barrel aged, this is a barrel aged um,
Yeah.
cigar, Maker's Mark, seasoned with Maker's Mark, right?
Yeah.
It's handmade in the Dominican Republic, a 650,
Jacob, give
and
me a give me a get me one of those Weller Cohibas.
this is bourbon seasoned, celebrating 20 years. Do you remember these?
Yeah.
Great. I'll tell you what, man, the packaging's cool, dude. Like I
Yeah.
like this. Like,
Yeah.
it
I'm about to
it was
blow your
in
mind.
my humidor
I'm
and it
about to.
was
So I got this one. This just came in last week.
oh, that looks cool.
It's a Cohiba, but it's a Weller.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hey, look, Weller's a good brand.
Yeah. Hey, Jacob. Also, can you do me one more favor? Jacob, my assistant tonight. Can I get a Padron Damaso Churchill? Thank you. And maybe a Death Water. So, what are you drinking tonight? Are you drinking?
No, I don't have anything. I mean, I could probably go in and get something. I've got all the line of Cathead here. The guy, my guy T, who services, I guess your account, right? Or maybe
I have no idea.
the,
Thank you.
but they're good people, man. Like they sponsor the tailgate show, and then they gave me everything that they make,
All right.
and so I haven't even really had a chance to try a lot of it because I was working so much, but they're the thing that I really want to try is their gin. They sent their gin off to a competition and that Forbes was having, and it scored like really high, like it got an award, you know. So the guys that own it are Alabama grads, which is cool.
We got a new one from the folks at Yellowstone
Okay,
called Bowling and Birch, and it is apparently the best gin ever. So
is it?
maybe you try the Cathead gin, you try the Bowling and Birch gin, and then you just get really drunk on gin, which is awful. I
I
heard
like gin.
I heard getting drunk off gin is the worst kind of drunk you can get.
I don't look. I don't know. I mean, I know that we went on a cruise back when I don't know, probably like man, probably like 10, 15 years ago, and I loaded up on, overseas they don't have it. They're tariff free alcohol, so you could buy a bottle of of Tanqueray or whatever that blue one is for like $15, right?
A
So
lot
I
of
mean, and you were allowed to take like two bottles back. So what I did was everybody that wasn't taking something back, I just bought it, so I built a whole bar off of that. And as an old bartender, I liked gin and juice. I like Greyhounds are pretty good. They're a pretty good drink. I mean, I'm not a super gin guy, but I do like it. I don't remember getting tanked off of it though. To
yeah.
say the next day I'm hungover, and you don't drink, so
No.
you're
But
going
I
off
tell
of
you what, I have this
reputation.
really good I actually do have this really good non-alcoholic gin though.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually a distilled non-alcoholic spirit. It's called Seedlip. They have like a citrus and then spiced and then something else. But I had it at this at Jose Andres restaurant in Las Vegas, and it was really really good. And then I had a friend that loves gin with me, and I said, "Here, try this," because I said I wanted a non-alcoholic cocktail, right?
Right.
Uh, which is about to feed me into this promo thing that I'm about to do here. But anyway, I gave it to him and I said, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And he was like, "Oh my god, I can't tell that that's not actually gin, right?" So,
Right.
really cool. Um, really, it was a really cool product, you know. And I'm a big fan of it. But what I'm drinking tonight, I have these Death Waters, man.
Yeah. That's your drink of choice right
I
there.
love these things. It's the best water on the planet. Okay. Like it's just so good, you know. Um, I love it so much. Trying to find a video here. Um, so anyway, have you had the Death Waters yet?
Mm-mm. No, I've seen you drink them.
They're awesome, dude.
I'll try them. Not, I saw them at the mansion too. I just, what's the, it's what makes it different than regular water?
I don't know, but it's because it's in a can.
Hmm.
I
I
think
got
it's
a good water
have you
story
because it's
for
in a
you.
can. You
I
have a good
guess,
water
man.
story.
Yeah. So when I was in college, I was the marketing rep for Skull in Copenhagen. That was my college job.
Really?
And we did, this is a long time ago. We did concerts in a place called Oakman, Alabama. Um, and if you like old country music, the guy that ran the place does a show on a radio station in Jasper every Sunday called Bull Corey's Outlaw Country, and I love it. I promote it on my page, my YouTube page. But anyway, we had Willie Nelson, and
Nice.
Willie Nelson came as a, and these are great acts, man. Willie Nelson, Marshall Tucker Band, Merle Haggard, your favorite, Billy Ray Cyrus. Just
What are you?
kidding,
Hold on.
Jerry,
Look,
Jerry
what?
Reed, Jerry Reed. I'm joking. I'm joking. You don't
I
like
don't even
Billy
have
Ray,
a mullet. I'm not the
but
one with
anyway,
no.
so anyway, Willie came and he was coming and it was like this big deal. I mean, I think of all the acts that Bull had, even Merle Haggard, like Willie was by far the biggest one, and it was so cool getting to meet Willie and hang out on the bus and get to know Pootie, his tour manager. But his tour manager came to town before Willie, and he would just like lay the law down. And one of the things, the stipulations that you had to do to get Willie was you had to buy, or I guess Bull told me recently that actually Willie paid for it, which we didn't know, but Willie had this special water, and it's why he's still alive right now. It was from someplace in Fiji or somewhere like that, but it was water that was mixed with olive like what are those green,
Aloe?
not olive oil, but those green things. If you get a burn, you put it on there.
Aloe?
Aloe, thank you. And so we called it Willie water. Well, when Willie left, and it was great, man. I sat backstage for the concert, um, got to hang out with Willie. When Willie left,
Did
he,
you smoke with Willie?
uh, I mean, when you hang with Willie, you hang with Willie. You hang with Willie. You got to
So
you just hang with Willie. Okay. I was a college guy back then.
how
So
good was
anyway, I mean, Willie's known for being, Willie's known for doing Willie stuff,
so you were doing Willie's.
Mm, I hung out with Willie. So
Okay.
anyway, the water, we called it Willie water. And Bull gave us all, like big I mean, it wasn't just like, it was like a pallet of these things, man. And this was back in like the 90s, where before you didn't just go to the store and buy water back then. You just got it out of the tap,
Right.
But Willie had his own water, and it was called Willie water. And we all just drank this Willie water, and it tasted like water.
That's wild.
But he had to have it. Like, if the Willie water was the most important thing to him, like of all the other stuff. And think about it, man. He's outlived all of those guys. I saw the Highwaymen play in Hawaii in 90, I think it was 95 or 96. And Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, Waylon Jennings, and Willie. Like, you ever heard of them before? So it's like
Willie
this.
Nelson?
It was like this famous country group that was all just famous guys that went around and toured, and they sung a song called "The Highwaymen," and some other stuff. But it was great. It was like Willie would come and perform one of his songs, and then Johnny Cash, and it may be honestly, I think it might have been one of the last Highwayman concerts. But Willie outlasted all of them, and he looked old back then, you know.
Really?
So maybe it's the Will. Yeah. Well, no, I think Chris Christopherson's still alive. So he's, but Waylon Jennings and Johnny are gone. You know, so maybe he gave Chris Christopherson some Willie water.
That's wild.
Hmm. Yeah, and it was great, man. Um, Bull on his show, like I listen to it on every Sunday when I have a chance. He tells stories about like what it was like being a promoter, and I mean, and he's like a gristled country guy, obviously from Oakman. That's like straight up 69 north from
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa, about an hour. And I know he's like there's probably a lot of people that are like, this guy's full of crap, but he's not, man. I was there. I was
Yeah.
just a kid though, so it's which is pretty funny. But I can't even believe it. Kind of looking back now, when I have like pictures with all these people, like George Strait. He didn't play there though. We did. George Strait was in Birmingham, but got to meet him. Just met a bunch of really cool entertainers and NASCAR drivers and race car guys.
Okay. So let's go into the game for a second.
All right.
I've got my
I'm on my
victory
back porch. You
already.
like my back? You like
All
my
right.
back
So
porch?
in case anybody's surprised, my victory cigars is the Damaso Churchill.
I know. I need some of those, man. Can you send some of those to Tuscaloosa? I mean
Why would I send them to Tuscaloosa? I live here.
Knoxville. Is anybody coming that can bring me at least one? Well, one for me and one for Clint Lamb, too.
Clint Lamb. I don't know. Should we? You know what? We should invite Clint Lamb on. You want to invite Clint on here? We can get Clint on.
I don't know. I can't do it on mine, so
You think he'd want to?
I think if we scheduled it, he'd do
He's
it, man.
probably too cool.
No. He's a great guy. He's like, when we moved to On3, one of the best things about it has been having him as a guy that I work with. I love him, man. He's funny, he's smart, he's down to earth, and he's
Yeah.
you don't get that vibe from him.
No, I didn't say no. Now you're putting words in my mouth.
I just
You
asked you.
try
That's
to
a
start.
question.
No, I think you try to start fights.
I do not.
You do. You try to start well, you try to pick. No, you do. I know you do. You do. I've been around. We've been doing this for a long enough time, okay? And and you try to get me, like to make some type of comment. So
you make them. Don't blame me.
I don't make
comments.
You try to get them out of me, and I typically have to refrain.
Sometimes I do think it's funny when you say stuff.
Well,
what do you think of this? What do you think of this label? Is this quality labeling right here, or what?
It's okay.
It's all right. So let's talk about, before we talk about the game, we got to talk about your cigars. You were in the newspaper. Yeah. Chase Goodbrid, who's a great writer and been covering Alabama forever, did a story. Are you worried that Nick's going to be mad about that story a little bit?
I don't really care.
You don't want the wrath of Nick coming down on you, though.
What's he going to do? I mean, seriously, why would he care?
Yell at you. Might yell at you. No, he won't.
Why would he?
Hopefully he'll be smoking one of your cigars or not smoking one.
I mean, that's weird. It's just, I mean, it's a fun thing, man. It's fun. Everybody does. They do the cigars. For a while. I mean, it was awkward. I think the first time that the story came out that we gave the team the cigars was in 2017. And it was a guy named Ben Jones at that point was writing for Tuscaloosa News. And he made mention in a story. He actually told him, this is what was wild. I told him, hey man, don't quote me on this. So he didn't quote me.
Right.
And he did a very journalist thing, where no, he didn't quote me. but he put words in my mouth, and I was like, "Look, I would have never said that." And then that was when it first came out that we did the cigars for the team. And I think there was an initial but it was like 2017, right? So I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it was
Everybody.
2015, and maybe it was
Right.
2015. It was one of those. I don't know. It's been so long, and that caused a little bit of a for me
Right.
for a second. But then it was like, you know what? Okay, and I'm like, I mean,
I'm America's favorite bar owner. I mean, this is the stuff that I do here. We make cigars.
I'm literally America's favorite bar owner.
So tell me about this particular blend.
Yeah,
Do you do the same blend every
it's
year, or do you
so
mix
good.
it up?
I need a box of Casa de los Estrellas, the Lukes.
And I know you have. Oh, you named him the Luke.
Yeah, hold on, I'm getting into that.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into it. Don't worry. Yeah, the Lukes. Let's see what's going on here.
Talk about a guy that's missed, man.
Yeah, I'm very. That's my best friend.
Great dude.
Um,
Love some cigars too, didn't
oh,
he?
he was the best. Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
best. So as everybody knows, Luke was my best friend. Um, Fluffopotamus, as some people called him. Fluff, if you didn't actually know him.
Oh, shut up. You know I called him Fluff. That's why
Yeah,
you're
because
saying
you
that.
didn't actually know him.
I didn't know him like you did, but I knew him from the
No,
Cigar
yeah, but that's
Man.
what I'm saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Well, you didn't know his real name for a while. So,
That's true. I didn't.
yeah, Cameron, as I called him by his Christian name. But yeah, so we anyway, I had this planned. I had this whole thing planned before he died. Actually, because I have a video of him and I can't. I tried to upload it, but it won't let me do it on the banners. If I had Chris here, I might be able to do it.
Yeah,
But
he could do it. You
anyway,
got
I
to
got a
change the
video.
formatting.
Yeah, Luke had a box of the Casa de los Estrellas like these, right? Oh, that's upside down. But the Casa de los Estrellas, this is the one. This is the one for the Luke. We call it the Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he had a box of cigars. You can go on our Twitter and see it, or Instagram. And he opens the box and he says, "Third Saturday of October, fellas." And it was his favorite cigar that we had. It was his favorite cigar, period. And so anyway, I was going to come out with a line extension to make more of them, and make more sizes. And the Casa de Estrellas is for my family. So it on the band, it has if you might be able to see it, but it has let's see.
Mm-hmm.
It's got
Yeah, I see it. Reagan. Yeah.
Randy, Debbie, and Reagan. I made it before I was married to Leslie and before Raina was here. So anyway, the original three sizes were Robusto, Toro, a Torpedo, a Toro, and a Lancero. The Toro was for my dad, the Torpedo was for me, and the Lancero was for my mom. Then I came out with a box press version of those two, a box press Robusto for Leslie and a box press Toro for Luke.
I love those.
And I was gonna surprise him after he graduated and say, "Hey, you got your own cigars here." And then he died, and didn't get to do that, but still get to make the cigars. And so that's what I actually gave the team today. Were these Casa de los Estrellas. The most famous Casa de los Estrellas picture is the one of Derrick Henry and Nick Saban. Derrick Henry's got the Casa in his hand, smoking that. So really cool. It's got
That
a good,
is cool.
yeah. So, all right, let's go into this a little bit. What's your favorite post Tennessee memory?
Oh, dude. So Cheryl Yingling and me,
Eh.
and well, hold on. I'm telling you one, man.
All right.
And we were at Houndstooth, and somebody took a picture of us, and it was on the cover of AL.com. All of us smoking our cigars. That was a good one.
I have a really good one of us.
Okay, what did we do? Oh, on the
No,
post
no, no,
game
no.
show.
This is my story, not yours. No,
Okay, all right, yeah,
you already
tell it,
you had a chance to tell this story the
tell
right way, and you said,
Well, Cheryl's going to the Tennessee game,
well,
so
you know
maybe
what?
the three of us can
Yeah.
get together.
Okay. So what was it, like 2015? Was that it? Yeah, it was 2015. I came up to you after the pregame show. I said, "Hey, do you have a ticket for the game today?" And you're like, "Ah, I don't know."
Oh, dude, that is right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yes, man,
yeah,
that
and
wasn't. Those seats were
and
they
hold
were
on. But do you
damn
remember? Do
awesome.
you remember what you said? I remember what you said.
I
You
probably
said,
said, "Where are the seats
you
at?"
said, "Are the seats very good?"
Yeah,
I was
because I
like,
don't go if they're bad seats.
"Yeah." And who did we sit behind?
Oh man, we sat right in the middle of everybody.
Who did we sit behind? We sat in the coach's family section,
We did,
and you
man.
had the audacity to ask me
Well, it was
if
before I
the
knew.
seats were good.
I didn't know what the what. Well, those were great seats, man. You know, I've had some over the years, and I've been to so many of these Alabama Tennessee games. And when I was in school, we lost to them every year, so I didn't get to taste the cigar. I just watched all the Tennessee fans smoke them when I was at Alabama, and I've enjoyed it, man. And I have a lot of respect for Tennessee. Um, you know, I spend a lot of time up there, and a lot of their beat writers and
Yeah.
team writers and all those guys are my friends. I've actually interned a lot of them have been interned for me. So I mean, I pull for them as long as they're not playing us, you know. And the way I put it is, I love Alabama and I really like Tennessee. You know, those are the two teams I pay attention to. I used to hate Tennessee, but just over the years, I mean, the when I've done work at Tennessee, the respect that I get from the coaches,
Yeah.
and the like they just treat me so good, man. So I mean, like that means a lot to me. I don't always feel that way about Alabama. You know, I love Alabama because I went there, but I don't always feel like like I've been treated as well as I probably should be time to time. You know, and that's just the way it goes in in a broadcasting. So that's that. But at the same time, um, like I still love Alabama. I mean, I went to school there, graduated from there. But yeah, that was awesome, dude. We had great seats. We did you go on the field that day?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you went on the field. So who was the guy that we were with? He was cool as hell, man. That guy, he was with one of the cigar companies.
Yeah, John.
Yeah, is he still with them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's what I need to do. I need to do broadcasting and work for a cigar company.
I don't know that you'd really like it like that.
You don't think so?
Oh. I, mm, I don't know.
Which are the best companies to work with?
I don't know. Probably Padron.
Padron. And
Yeah.
people love JP Shadrick loves Padron.
Well, he has good taste.
He loves them. I mean, loves them. Those are his top cigar. If you go
Yeah.
to his house and you sit on his back porch like we're sitting on mine right now,
Yeah.
it's Padrones. He wants Padrones and a good bourbon.
We got those at the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of good bourbons. We have over 145 bourbons now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great one. But you know what? The thing about the game has been another great Tennessee moment was, I lived down here by my boy Bricken, but in 2009 we went to the game together, and we sat right behind the band, the Tennessee band, lower level behind the band, and we we might or might not have had bourbon with us, and might have had a few drinks. I just remember he looked at me
No,
when
you
but
didn't
the
sneak
last
bourbon into the stadium.
well,
No,
that was a long time
that's
ago.
unheard of.
'09, but when they were going for the game-winning kick. I'm like, oh, they're not going to make this because their kicking game was terrible that day. And he's like, dude, you're underestimating the levity of this moment. And I'm like, no way, dude. I'm like, no way, man. And then I made some noise, and the guy blocked, and Cody blocked the kick. But the funny part about it is, we're walking out of the stadium, and I see these Tennessee fans, and they got these big buttons on, and I'm like, because I've told you, Tennessee's my other team, and I'm like, hey man, that was
Your
one of the
other team?
best. Well, I mean, I follow them, I watch them,
I'm
and
gonna
I'm
start
like,
calling you a Tennessee fan every time you bring up my Florida State fandom. I'm gonna
well,
say noted Vols fan Mick Gillespie.
now, well, what? Anyway, look, I see them, and I'm like, hey, that was a great game. I hope you guys had a good time. And they turn around and and don't really say much. And then this guy taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, Mick. I turn around, and it's Walt Sussin. Walt had his two brothers are the twins that were on the line for
Huh?
the offensive line
Yeah.
for Tennessee. Well, Walt interned with the Smokies. He was
Oh,
there. He
really?
worked with me. Yeah, he was like, "That's my mom and dad," and I'm like, "Dude, that was a classic, man. That was like," and it was. I mean, we still talk about that as but one of the great ever third Saturday in October games. At least in my lifetime. Jay talks about the one. Jay Barker talks about the one where they tied, and Deuce he scored, and then Deuce tied it with a 2-point conversion, and Tennessee looked like they had it one up and kneeling. And that was before they played, in overtime. You just walked out with a tie. But I don't know. I remember that one. They just haven't been close, man. Like Tennessee's been so bad, and Alabama's been so good. So this one's a lot different because if Tennessee wins this game, there's a few things that happen here. First off, they're the team. They go to number. They might end up going to number 3 or number 2 or number 1. Who knows, right? We'll see. I mean, hopefully we don't see, but that could happen. And then the other thing is, all of a sudden, like the Mississippi schools may be playing the Egg Bowl for Atlanta. I mean, think about that. Because State's good.
It doesn't really. It doesn't really process that.
It's
That
hard to believe,
yeah.
but because here's what's going to happen.
When was the
Alabama's
last?
going to go
Okay,
in there.
seriously. When was the last time? Uh, when was the last time a Mississippi team played in the SEC championship?
I think Mississippi State did one time when Alabama was on probation.
Okay, hold on. Let's
I
put that.
think. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or I could be mistaken, and it could be Arkansas. But I think State played Auburn, maybe.
I mean, like, let's see.
Google that. Use the Google machine. But Ole Miss is never gone.
Mississippi State in 1998 versus the Tennessee Volunteers.
Okay, so it was against Tennessee. Yeah,
Versus
so that would have been Peyton
that was,
Manning days.
no, that wasn't. No. That was
Oh, T. Martin.
that would have been T. Martin because they played FSU in the national championship in '98.
Yeah, that's when I hated Tennessee.
Peerless Price was the MVP.
Yeah. T. Martin from Mobile.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that. So it happened one time, and then Ole Miss hasn't gone.
Ole Miss has never played.
Never gone.
So
I mean, I don't think that's going to happen though, man. I think Alabama gets all their shit right this week and rolls.
Yeah, I think so too. I got to be honest. I don't think that it matters whether Bryce plays or whether Bryce doesn't play. I saw what Anthony Richardson did to Tennessee.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
And he sucks.
Yeah,
he's not good.
But he throws the ball a little bit better. I mean, Milroe's got to have. He's just got to relax.
How can you say that? How can you say he throws it better?
Because Milroe had like 118 yards or something.
Yeah, but I mean, like his 10 completions were like the little dinks over the middle, and so he only had like, what did he have? Like 5 passes that were.
Who's that, Milroe?
Yeah, I think he had like 5 attempts, 5 real pass attempts the whole game.
Right, I know. And Richardson actually had decent passing numbers against Tennessee.
Tennessee secondary is like one of the worst in college football.
Yeah, they're not good. Their total defense is 87th. I think their what is it? Their scoring defense is like in the back 40s, like 47 or something.
Yeah, we need that
But
Wizard of Odds guy to tell us about it.
yeah, he knows all that stuff.
Yeah, I got one. No, I hold on. I got it. You know what? I have my own people. You have the Wizard of Odds. I have Stats O War. I like Stats O War. There's this guy on Twitter. I don't know if you guys follow him or not. His name is at Stats O War.
Mm-hmm. I don't, but I will, and
Okay.
I'll follow him.
I'm gonna quote it. Hold on. All right, I just
Raging Cajuns lead.
Okay. I don't know what all this stuff means. I wish I could get him on here. I should have asked him earlier. 3rd and 4th down success for Alabama. Okay.
They're third best in the country or something.
I think if I'm reading his thing, it's 41.27%.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's like it's in the top 5.
Yeah. Hold on. You know what? But anyway, cool. It's a cool graphic. Lots of good stuff on it. He gives Alabama, and I like this guy. He gives Alabama a 76.94% win probability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that. I was looking at that today.
A 33.32 projected points and a 23.15 for Tennessee. So,
well, that would be something because Tennessee has scored 31 points
against who though?
Well,
against who?
They did it against every team they've played.
Okay, which is
Florida, at Pitt, LSU.
Oh.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying that they've played the schedule that Alabama's played, and Alabama played Arkansas, a mean Arkansas, and whooped them up real bad physically, and they sent them in a tailspin. And I think that was a good team with KJ there.
Okay,
Texas is a lot better than people want to give them credit for too.
Ball State, they beat Pitt in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Akron.
Yeah, terrible game.
5-point win versus Florida, and
had a big lead and just they couldn't stop them at the end of the game.
And then 40-13 versus an LSU team that quit.
That LSU game. Well, why did you watch it? Why did Brian Kelly keep going for it on 4th down continuously?
I think he was bored. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's trying to get. I mean, look at all the fat buyouts everybody's been getting.
I think he knows his team's not that good. I felt like that was the best way he could.
This is what I would if I was a coach. If I was a coach, I would be trying to get the buyout.
You would, huh?
Yeah, forget winning. I don't forget winning, dude. I would never. Why would you want to win? Like, where's the? I mean, Matt Rule just got paid $40 million to never coach again.
Yeah, right. I know.
I mean, yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Please. I wish somebody would buy me out to never sell cigars again. Like, hey, Reagan, we're going to pay you $40 million, but the only caveat is you can never look at a cigar again. Okay, fine.
Well, what would you do?
With $40 million?
Yeah, what would you do with all that? What would you do?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have to pay for Raina's wedding.
Would you move to Hawaii and just like kind of live on the beach?
Oh God, no! Oh, gross! I would never move. Hawaii's awful. I hate Hawaii.
Yeah, you went to Hawaii.
I don't. Yeah, and it was terrible.
Okay, so somewhere in Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. Florida, the land of the free. I would
Well,
move to DeSantis land for sure.
all right, all right.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know. Actually, if I had $40 million, I would probably move to Aruba.
okay.
If they said Reagan, here's $40 million, you can never sell cigars again, I would probably say, okay, great. I'm just gonna go buy a house in Aruba and hang out in Aruba for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I like Virgin Islands, man. That'd be my
I like
escape.
virgins. Yeah. What?
It's a
Yeah.
whole nother. It's a whole nother island. So getting into the game on Saturday, so you're pretty confident Alabama doesn't turn the ball over, and you don't even care if Bryce Young plays or not.
Well, they said Bryce was on like a pitch count today, and I mean, like what? So Bryce Young plays. They need him in there for like what, 20 plays for Alabama to score what, 30 points?
I hope that this means that Bill O'Brien and the offense will be more creative. That's my biggest concern is that there's not a lot of creativity with this offense
Yeah. Well,
compared to what
look,
we saw with Sark and Lane Kiffin. I mean, I know Lane Kiffin's probably the best offensive
all I
mind in
know
college
is I
sports, but
gave Bill O'Brien his favorite cigar.
you're not going to say anything about him.
Okay. I gave Bill O'Brien his favorite cigar. I sent a box of them for the coaches. Okay. I gave him his favorite cigar, so he at least owes me a 7-point win, right?
Is that a Opus X?
No, he likes acids.
Okay,
Yeah, he likes the acids.
but you're kind of the Opus guy.
No, I'm
You
a
still the
Padron,
Opus guy,
no, I'm a Padron guy.
right? But I mean, you still get the deal on the Opuses.
Yeah, yeah, I got him right here, which leads me into another cool promo. If I can get my assistant Jacob,
They're really hard.
can you hand me one of
The
those?
the Opuses are hard to get.
Are they?
That's what I've
Maybe the
heard.
place is not named R&R. I think that's your problem. Is these little coffins down here? I think that's your problem. Is you go to places not named R&R, and if you go to places not named R&R, then you might have a more of a problem with some things. Just give me one of these
I
little.
only go to R&R. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even know like
No,
where
there's one right there.
where do you have me going?
I
Because
don't know. No, to your right.
last time I checked, I'm at
Yeah, check this
R&R
out. We
a
have
lot.
these coffins, okay, and it has an Opus X shark in it. Okay, not the
Right.
sharks that Jim McElwain likes. I don't remember if you remember that.
Yeah, it wasn't him. It wasn't him, but I loved it.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't him. All right. Okay, sure looked like.
Did you see the video where he was introduced to the guy that was with the shark and they look like twins?
Yeah, because
It's
it's
fun.
the same guy.
So do you think that we really landed on the moon?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We totally did. How else do you explain moon rocks?
Yeah, right.
How do you explain
So
Tang?
what's that?
Tang.
Tang. I know. I grew up on Tang.
You're old.
I know. My
Yeah.
grandmother used to give it to me. I lived with my grandmother. She gave me.
Gosh,
We drank Tang.
Tang.
Yeah,
I know
it used to come in these.
I know what it
These
is.
they,
You know
they
what I
came in like
like?
a glass thing.
I like the when you'd go to like the museum, you'd have the the space food,
Oh yeah,
and it
yeah,
was
and it's
basically
terrible.
dehydrated stuff. But I thought it was so cool because I was like, oh, it's like this is what astronauts eat,
I know they're up there eating that.
and it wasn't. And now people eat ass, so I mean, won't
They'll
eat
do
space
anything these
food, but
days.
they'll eat ass.
They'll do anything
Yeah.
these days.
I don't want it. Sorry, I can't eat mushrooms. I'll have a fresh side of ass, please. It's wild.
Somebody out there is saying, "Don't knock it until you try it."
I'm good. Not me. Not me. That's for that's not for me.
Oh man. So, who's been the most impressive guy on this Alabama football team? Who's the guy that you really like watching play?
Pete Golding.
You like Pete?
Yeah, I think Pete's the most impressive.
His defense is pretty stout this year. I saw Nick Saban on the, I guess, his post game show or whatever, breaking down that last play that him and Pete drew up
Yeah.
that ended the game, and it's just amazing how intricate that is. Like just all those different people moving in all those different directions, and the way they kind of forced the play to the sideline, and that's amazing, man. And look, if Alabama doesn't turn the ball over, I think, and they might have, it might have been like 40-3 or something
Yeah.
against Texas A&M. It wasn't, but I mean, yeah, when you turn it over 4 times and don't get any turnovers, um, which is really the story of this year's team, is that as good as they are defensively, they've only gotten 3 turnovers, and that is
Well,
amazing to me.
I will say this. One of the reasons that I think that is, I saw a stat through what? Are we at 5 games now?
6-0, right?
Yeah. Okay. Opposing teams have only been called for holding twice.
Yeah, look, man. I mean, that
Twice.
that to me that bothers me too, man. Like
Twice.
it's so ridiculous. Like the they have a target on their back. I mean,
Yeah.
look, the Texas game they committed some penalties, but to tell me that Texas didn't, and then you see some of those penalties and you're like, man, what is going on here? Like,
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous. But no, I got you on that.
Two.
But that's also when you're kind of the top dog. I mean, it's kind of how that goes down sometimes. Like you just don't get any of the breaks. And I think there's I definitely think there's a bias against Alabama. I mean, how many teams, every time they have a close game, it's like the writers show you their bias because they keep dropping Alabama back. Look,
Yeah.
if you win the damn game, you won the game. And it's like, well, okay, you're going to hold it against Alabama for having a close game against Texas A&M, right? But they won. Well, why don't you give them credit for beating Texas? Did you see what they did to Oklahoma? I mean, like they're a good team.
Yeah.
They're a damn good team. They're 2 plays away from being undefeated right now. They got great players, and that's
Yeah.
a hostile environment. And
Yeah. And if
uh,
Quinn Ewers hadn't been hurt, God, that's Texas fans' favorite song. If
I
our
know,
quarterback wasn't hurt, yeah,
no, I mean, look, Bryce Young was hurt, and
we still won.
and yeah, and so the AP, Bama's third. So the coaches, though, they don't play that. They got Bama as number one. I don't even know that it even matters. I mean,
The only
um,
thing it matters is when it comes to the CFP. Number
yeah,
one gets to decide what game they want to go to.
right.
Number two gets the second pick. So you
That's
obviously want to decide where you're going to play at,
this year's
or you go
schedule.
to LA for the championship.
Yeah, this year's schedule to me is one of the toughest that I can ever remember them playing. And I know it's not the home schedule, but it's the road schedule. It's the fact that they're on the road and they're playing these teams, and all of them are pretty good. And
Yeah,
it's going to keep getting tougher. I mean, the Mississippi schools are as good as the Mississippi schools have ever been.
yeah,
You know, um, LSU will be tough just because it's LSU, Alabama. They'll play their best game against Alabama, in
yeah.
which they,
And then,
normally they get you. You're going to get your best if you're Alabama anywhere you go. And then, Tennessee's having a year that they haven't had in forever. And it's not just that they've won. I mean, I know there's been some easy games on their schedule, but their offense, when it gets going, man, they're tough to stop. I think Alabama will slow them down more. They haven't played a defense like Alabama's, and I think that'll matter. But they're still Neyland Stadium's going to be it's going to be really loud. It's going to be a really hostile environment. We'll see. I think Alabama will do all right. I really do. But it's still a tough schedule. And how about this? You take care of Tennessee, then you got to come back and play Mississippi State. You talk about an overlooked game. That game's kind of lingering there,
yeah,
before the off week, and then you got to play at LSU, and then um, you got at Ole Miss. I mean, gosh, The good thing is that I don't think the Iron Bowl is going to be a overlook game. This is one of those years where Auburn gets their every other year ass kicking, which I'll enjoy that.
Yeah. Well, and we just don't lose to Auburn at home.
Mm-mm. And it's ass whoopings. It's not even close.
Yeah. I mean, we just don't. I guess we did in 2010, right?
Well, yeah, but that
Cam
was
Newton,
turning into one, and then
Cam Newton out
they
there.
had the crazy
We
comeback.
had, we had, we had nobody at quarterback in that one. So
A lot of bad bounces.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I know what you mean.
we had noted Auburn fan AJ McCarron as quarterback in
I
2000.
thought I thought that was no, I thought 2010 was when McCarron. It was McElroy.
Yeah, noted Auburn fan Greg McElroy.
Noted Texas guy. Now, I mean, McCarron actually won a couple championships as a starting quarterback. Can't you know he had a pretty damn good career for Alabama.
No, McCarron did play. He was 0 for 4.
Okay, yeah,
McCarron was 0 completions on 4 pass attempts.
all right, but it was
Alabama lost 28-27.
yeah, well that was a heartbreaker.
Yeah. Cam Newton went 13 for 20 for 216 and had 22 carries for 39 yards. So, if Alabama and McElroy actually played a pretty good game there. He threw for 377 yards for 2 TDs. That's wild.
Yep, I know.
Alabama could not run the ball.
No,
Ingram 10
well the
carries.
game turned when Mark Ingram fumbled.
Yes.
Down the sideline, and that ball stayed in bounds. And if it goes out of bounds or he doesn't fumble, but turnovers are a big part of the game, man. I mean, they're a big part of it, and you can't turn it over. Like I'm not going to take anything away from them, but you know what? The best thing about Alabama and Nick Saban is they've had those kind of games every once in a while, and they bounce right back. I went to the bowl game that year and watched Alabama dismantle Michigan State, and then that kind of set them in motion to win back-to-back championships.
Yeah.
They beat LSU, and then they killed Notre Dame. And then you turn around, and it's like a couple years later, they're back, and it's like a different group of guys, and then they're back. And
There's lots of defense back then.
yeah, it was a lot of defense back
a lot
then.
of
That's a different world now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of defense. And even still now, you can have a pretty good defensive game and still give up 30 points. That's what
Right.
people don't get, is these offenses, everything is geared to the offense. And
Mhm.
everybody's got playmakers, and their playmakers are going to make plays. And, like there were some plays in that national championship that Stetson Bennett could throw the ball 100 times and he couldn't do it. He only could do it one time, and it was the one time in the game that he did it. So, it is a different game. But I think, all right, what do you think happens Saturday? I'll ask you what happens, and I'll tell you what happens.
Man, I honestly, I've been thinking about this because I've got Players Club tomorrow with the next round guys. They gave me this shirt, which is pretty cool. And Lance Taylor and I are going to pick games. I'm leaning towards Alabama and giving up the 7, man. I think that it'll be a back and forth game, but I think you're going to see Jahmyr Gibbs have another huge day. I think Bryce Young's going to be all right. I think that Tennessee will get some points, but I just think at the end of the game, it'll be something like 45-31 Alabama. So
Wait,
that's
you're
kind
doing
of where I feel.
Lance Taylor tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, I do it every Thursday. I'm on with him and Jim Dunaway. I do a show where we just get together and pick games.
Like the offensive coordinator at Louisville?
No. The TV guy he's been on TV in Birmingham forever.
I was looking it up. Lance Taylor, right?
LT.
Okay.
The next round. Look at the next round.
Right, I got one for you. Okay, so I'm like, I have no idea. Like my Twitter, I don't ever really pay attention to it, to like who follows me, who doesn't unfollow me. So I typed in Lance Taylor. Okay. I feel so stupid. All right. Hey Jacob, you got some people just came in. Uh and so I just pull it up. I just searched Lance Taylor, right? Because I was like, oh wait, I like do I know that guy? No, okay, I don't know him. And then it pulls up Louisville offensive coordinator.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, right. And turns out Lance Taylor, the offensive coordinator for Louisville, actually follows me, but
yeah, yeah,
host Lance Taylor does not.
yeah. You got to meet him. I'll introduce you.
Yeah, that's wild. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, no, that different LT.
Yeah, apparently.
But yeah, but no, I mean, like but the thing about it is like there's so many variables that are really going to be hard to figure out. The weather's going to be good. You know, I don't think we're gonna be dealing with bad weather. And I know we did today, but I think it's going to be chilly.
Yeah.
But it's a 2:30, 3:30 Eastern time game. You know, what's Bryce's arm going to look like? You know, uh, Jay Barker was telling me that he had the same injury, got a cortisone shot, and it really didn't bother him. So, you know, Bryce is taking some time off. You know, he had last week off. He's asking Saban to get back in the game. So, in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, I think he's primed up, ready to go. I think they'll block for him. You know, they'll be able to run the ball on Tennessee. You know, the biggest thing is for Alabama is that they just got to control the game. You know, like if they fall behind and they're forced to really like kind of have to come from behind, it could be that could change
Tough.
things. You know,
Yeah, that could be.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know, man. I just think that it's going to look like the first half of the Arkansas game. I think they're going to play really good on defense. They'll protect the ball. They've played in so many of these big games that I just feel like that part of it's on their side. I also like Alabama after a close win or a loss too. I think that when Saban gets these guys kind of focused on what they need to do to be their best and not the people like us that talk about them, you know, I think that the rat poison stuff that we say, you know, I know he's right, but we got to do our job too. And you know, so I think they'll be focused. And the other thing is, there's a lot of pressure on Tennessee to to win one. You know, they haven't beaten Alabama in 15 years, and when you get over a streak like that, and it will end one day, and it could end Saturday, but it'll end one day. It's been 15 years, which is unbelievable to me, because I was at the last time we lost to them. I was at the game, so it doesn't seem like it was 15 years, but it was. I think that you really have to have there has to be that streak breaking moment. You know, I remember when Alabama finally got over the losing streak to Tennessee and Tyler Watts, it actually happened in Knoxville. And Tyler Watts had a big game running the ball as quarterback for Alabama. They played really, really good on defense. And it just was, you know, it was one of those, but that Tennessee team wasn't so good. You know, this is another great Alabama team. So, that's where I'm leaning right now. I like taking the home team with 7.5. I mean, that's a lot of points, for a team that's ranked sixth. But um, I think Alabama's been itching to get back out on the field after the way things went. So,
Just
what
to
about you?
show you, just to show you, this was the last time. This was me. Okay. This was me the last time that Tennessee beat Alabama.
That
Okay.
was you in '06, huh?
That was me. Okay.
Wow. Look
I
how skinny you were.
That's what dude. I'm telling you, I was quite the
Looked like
looker.
you had a six pack.
I you know what? Had a 6 year.
Where are you at? Looks like you're in the toy section of Walmart or something.
Yeah, that's the cowboy hat, man.
Oh, okay. So okay, I got you.
Yeah, that was on my birthday in 2006. That was the
Which was
last
this
time.
week.
Yeah,
This week.
yeah. That was a sophomore at Liberty University.
So what do you think? Give me
My
your
wife's
breakdown on
watching,
things.
so I won't get into the stories about that night. And
Yeah, I'm friends with Leslie, so don't get me in trouble here.
No, I'll get in trouble. You won't.
I'll be a bad
Yeah,
influence. So let's
yeah. You
just cut
well,
that
you
out.
are. You are. You are a bad influence.
So let's hear it. You give me your. I know you're gonna. I already know what you're gonna say, but I want to hear it.
I do you okay before make the joke. Okay, before I make the joke, do you ever have Jay Barker's partner for not Matt Coulter, the other one? Ever have him on
Lars.
Lars, yes, Lars.
Lars. Yeah. I mean, I haven't had him on my show, but I like
Great,
Lars. Yeah.
perfect. All right, I think it's going to go about as well as SAR's marriage did for 10.
Oh my gosh. That is terrible.
Oh well, here we go. Um, Funny story there about Luke. Since we were talking about Luke tonight, Luke got so mad at Lars Anderson uh, that Luke actually said Luke had put a tweet out there one time. It was amazing. He said Lars Anderson should be with his wife tonight, but she left him.
Oh my gosh, man.
And
Well, those are low. Those
it
are
was
low
Luke.
blows.
Yeah, Luke was so mad. I think Alabama blows out Tennessee, and here's why. How many times have you seen these teams play Alabama? They're undefeated. It's their first time to be ranked in forever. Oh, we're in the top 10. I remember Mississippi State. Remember?
Oh
Like
yeah, I was at
14,
that one. Yeah, that was a
2014,
home game. Yep.
smacked them.
Yeah.
Texas A&M came in Tuscaloosa. Oh, Texas A&M. Oh, this is Kellen Mond's 18th season at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
50.
55 zip. And
Yeah,
Ben George picked
0.
Texas A&M on our pregame show.
Yeah,
Do you
he
remember
did.
that?
Yeah, and I remember mocking him relentlessly for it.
Oh, I mean, years after that.
So
Well,
that's what I think. I mean, I don't think it matters who plays. I saw what Anthony Richardson did to Texas or to Tennessee. Look, it's 16 in a row, and that is a monkey that like Tennessee's not only playing Alabama, they're also playing that, right? The pressure to
yeah,
be the
I
people
agree.
that
That's what I was saying.
finally
Yeah.
get this streak that finally end like we're going to be the ones that end it, like it's been 16, this will be 16 in a row. There's just so much extra stuff that they got to deal with. They're don't is there safety in, is he out, is he a criminal or is he wrongfully accused? I don't know.
I don't know.
Where's Orange? So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's a lot up there. They have been, I mean, and these people have been running their mouths.
God, they do talk. They are shit talkers, man. I mean,
Yeah,
and
they
and the crazy thing is that most Alabama fans. Well, let me say this first. I got to say this. I like Lars a lot, and I know I've been married a long time. It's
oh my
a tough.
God, just
I know, but just let me say this: you've been married for what, 3 years? It is. It's not easy all the time. And part of that's us. I mean, we're busy. We're not easy to be around.
Just let me say this: if you've been married for what?
Hey, hold on, we got boom boom here.
There he is. Whoa.
Whoa!
It's always a technical. You want to talk about marriage? This guy's been married forever.
Hey, hold on, we got there he is.
Hold on.
Whoa!
Here we go. I got. Mute your TV. You want to talk about marriage? This guy's been married forever. Hey, guy. All right, hold on. I got one here. All right. You want to see something
I'm
fun?
gonna have to exit this.
There you go.
I got this.
Whatever you just
Speaking of
did, I would just keep it right there.
All right, hold on. I got one here. All right. You want to see something
I'm
fun?
gonna have to exit this.
There you go.
I got this.
Oh, geez.
Whatever you
I
just
didn't.
did.
All right, I muted him. I muted him.
Oh.
He can hear us. All right, here we go. I got this. This was Randy the last time Tennessee beat Alabama.
Oh,
Okay.
no, it was not.
There we go. Speaking of marriage, my mom sent me this today. This is my dad Well, I'm not convinced that it's actually my dad. I think my dad's
Mom sent me this today.
I
I'm
think my
I'm
dad
pretty
has
sure
been
that's me.
replaced.
Well,
I'm not convinced that it's actually my dad. Okay. Randy, did you mute your TV? You got to mute the TVs. The one behind you, too, probably. But anyway, that's my parents on their wedding day. And I'm not convinced that my dad wasn't replaced between when my mom and dad got married and when I was, born. You should probably turn the live stream off on your computer, Dad. That's probably what it is. So anyway, we got Boom Boom here.
I was, born.
You should probably turn the live. So we got Boom Boom here. See if he can talk.
Where's he at?
So we got Boom Boom here. He's over at Northport. I don't know, Randy. Dad, I gotta get you off here if you can't get your computer here working. Just close the other tab and you should be good.
Yes,
Randy,
Dad,
I gotta get you off here if you can't get your.
Now I know what's caused it.
Just close the other tab and you should be good. Why is there a delay?
I think I'm right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you did it.
All right. We got Boom Boom here.
All right. Well.
Okay, so you're going to
Anyway.
tell us, Randy, that this was you.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and this is Debbie,
Yeah.
almost as beautiful as she is today. This is one of Debbie's sisters. This is one of Debbie's sisters. And this is my brother up here.
What about that little guy in the tuxedo? Who's that?
His name is Scott Eds. He is uncle to a to a friend of Reagan's from college, I understand.
Yeah.
But
It's going to be Lars when he comes looking for you, Reagan.
his dad was the manager of the Goody Barn.
What's he going to do? Block me on Twitter? That's all he did to Luke.
Who?
Reagan
Don't
just
worry about
taking
it.
shots.
Mick just won't let it go. Mick won't let it go. Okay, he won't. Mick's like, oh no, we got to talk about your jokes that you made at Lars Anderson's
Awful.
expense.
Hey, Randy, how many years have you been married?
We're coming up on 47.
47, man. It's and even if you have the best marriage in the world, it's not always easy.
Oh my God, let it go. Just move.
Not
on.
always.
Just move on.
You gotta fight through it.
Just move on.
Sometimes. But
Yeah.
Plow through.
no, I can't.
Plow through.
This guy,
I'm talking to
this
Mick, not you. Like,
he's been married for
Move on.
point that way. He's been married
Move
for
on.
3 years.
Just move on. It's,
I have the throwback R&R jersey tonight.
I like that. I need R&R stuff. I told you, from my studio. You guys want to see my studio?
Yeah, I thought that was
I'm on the porch because I'm smoking,
nice.
but that's my studio right there.
you know,
Yeah.
smoke in your studio.
if I
I'm
ever
not
get
in the
any free
studio.
time, I'm gonna come down and see you.
Yeah, come down, man. We'll get on the boat, do the deal down here.
And I just want to give a shout out to the people watching out here on the Twitter, on the Facebook, on the whatever, I don't know. What are you watching? Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I think that's it. I just want to say, this is our favorite week of the year. This is me and Boom Boom's favorite week of the year. We love it so much. It's a pleasure to be a part of your victory cigar games, and to all the little gas stations and little hole in the walls and little smokers outlets and all the little places across the state of Alabama and Tennessee. You are welcome for the monster that we have created this week.
Are you allowed to sell your? Could you have your line in some of the other places if you wanted to?
Yeah, for sure. I don't want
That's what you should do. Well, I mean, look, what if you put them in some spots on the ride up there?
to those people, there's like three people that have made the tradition what it is. There's Jim Goosetree, there's Nick Saban, and
And then you.
Reagan Turner, America's
I
favorite
knew
bar.
where we were going here. I feel this. How did I not? How did I know?
Those are the three most influential people in the history of the Tennessee cigar rivalry. Bear Bryant, Jim Goosetree, and Reagan Starner. You're welcome, America. You're welcome, Tuscaloosa, Northport, Alabama, because without R&R, this game wouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm convinced. I'm serious. I'm tooting my own horn. Okay, I'm giving myself a bit of a rusty trombone, tooting my own horn. Okay, but this game, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. When we got here, the cigar tradition was on its last legs. Nobody cared. It wasn't a big deal. It really wasn't a big deal now. But like, look. Hold on. I'm gonna post this in a second, right? Well, I can't post that one, but
I've got this much show left. Look at that.
I've got this much show left.
See that? My last cigar.
Hey, look, that's a good thing. Okay.
Made some more.
Let's see if I can find this picture. Okay. This is from R&R's Facebook. Okay.
I've got to get some more of my Rocky Patel Platinums. Do they not make those anymore?
I don't think so.
I think you got me like the last 3 boxes.
I think it was pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
You have to find a new one.
This is 10 years ago when we opened. Okay. Now, this is all of the media that we've done just lined up, not including this show, not really including.
Is that us in there? Is that me or is that Randy?
That's you. No, that's you.
Is it me? Sweet.
Yeah, that's you and me. Right.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is all of the media that R&R's generated, and that's not even a full list, I don't think. Right. So this game has been elevated to another level because of the Cigar Mansion. And we got some special cigars that'll be here Friday from La Flor Dominicana. There's still a few left of the ones from last year, but they'll go quick, they'll go fast, and hopefully you don't go quick and fast either.
So R&R Cigars has not seen a Tennessee victory.
No.
Well, I know, but don't bring that up right now, Randy.
Think about how crazy this is. The last time Tennessee
So talk about that Saturday night.
we're talking about beer, okay? We're talking about beer. You know, we were talking about beer earlier.
Yeah.
The last time that Tennessee beat Alabama, you were not legally allowed to buy beer over 6% ABV in the state of Alabama in 2006.
I know, man. There was no iPhone. I'm talking to you guys through my iPhone right now.
You had to get on, if you wanted to watch Netflix, they had to send you the movies in the mail.
Yep.
That wasn't all bad.
No, it wasn't. I'm just saying, if you
went to
watch a
Blockbuster
movie on Netflix, you had to go to Blockbuster, or Netflix would mail you the movie. That's gonna kill your lighter. That makes it even worse.
I can't get this thing to work.
Yeah,
Right.
well,
This is a very meaningful lighter to me. John Adams.
Times.
John Adams gave me this, and he died of COVID.
Our president?
No, the radio guy in
really?
Knoxville. Yeah, love that guy. So I want it to work, but I can't. I just can't get the thing. Even when I need you to take a look at it.
Yeah, bring it up the next time.
I will, man. I try to fill it up. I've got a few lighters, but this one means a lot to me. I love this one.
Well, I'll get it fixed for you.
Yeah.
All right. Randy, how do you think the game goes?
You know, when I heard it, Mick, you brought it up earlier, but I think earlier this week, I saw the defensive statistical comparisons between Alabama and Tennessee, and I really think that's the difference in the game. Tennessee, you had 87th. I think I saw 86th.
Yeah, 87th, right?
It's
something like that.
Yeah, that's not a championship caliber defense.
Mm-mm.
And so I think it could be a very hard game. Alabama has a way of, making some games harder than they need to be. But I think the turnovers made Milroe look worse than he is.
Oh yeah.
I think that the coaches had his full attention this week. He's got that experience under his belt. If he has to take most, if not all, of the snaps, I think he'll play a better game, and I think we'll see a good result. I think Alabama will win and cover. That's
What all of us taking Alabama and giving up the 7. 7
Is
and
it
a
only
half.
7?
Yeah, everybody's been betting Tennessee, man. Like the all the money's on Tennessee. Which I mean, don't ever buy into that. It doesn't matter. But that's
I don't want to jinx them by actually going to Great American Ballpark, to the Pete Rose Sportsbook Center at Great American Ballpark to place a bet on the Alabama football game. I'm afraid that might jinx it. But without any irony at all, Great American Ballpark announced its partnership with, I forget, MGM. Caesar.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah,
to put a permanent sports book in Great American Ballpark.
The Cubs are getting one.
Name it and Rose Sportsbook.
They need to. This is the last thing I'm going to be able to talk about because my phone's about to die. But I think it's time to let Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, they're betting on games anyway.
Yes.
I think he's served his punishment. I mean, when you got a whole team that won the World Series and cheated, and they cheated, and it changed the result of a playoff and a world championship, then why can't we say, hey man, the guy's been punished for 30 some years or whatever it's been, a
long time.
Let's move on from it, man. Yeah, I mean, like, he's just got people. There's just people out there, the people in the media that just every time the guy gets close to something good happening, they come down on him, and with the way that cancel culture is, everybody just throws their hands up and runs away, and so I'd love to see the guy get in.
Reds fans want him in. I don't know that I've ever met a Reds fan that didn't want him in.
Yeah,
and also Saturday night at the Mansion.
Oh yeah.
After the Tennessee game.
Bronze
I wish
Bomber.
I was there for that.
I
wish I was there for that.
Versus Hellenius, who looks a little crazy.
Yeah, he looks like the kind of guy that Deontay needs to fight to get back into fighting again.
The only place in Tuscaloosa showing this fight is R&R Cigars.
If he loses, they should make him. He could be like a villain in a John Wick movie, right? At least one of the thugs in the John Wick movies. He has that look.
All right. Well, as always, this was a lot of fun. Had a great time. We had a lot of laughs. And it's time to go because I need to go home and be with my sweet baby. And Mick's phone's dead, and Randy's getting ready to come close Northport and come to the Mansion.
There you go, man. With hour and 20 plus minutes. I think we said it all here today.
Felt like 10 seconds. All right.
Great to see you, Mick.
See you later. We'll be
Good
back
seeing you, Randy.
Saturday.
All right. See you guys. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.